Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Katelyn, and today we are on the final episode for Inktober 2018. Like, holy crap, we breezed through this. Like, I don't know where October went. I feel like it just came and gone so quickly, like, oh my gosh. And this project was super fun. Here at the end, though, I was struggling just a little bit to keep up with it and make sure that I was a slightly ahead of schedule. So, full disclosure, I finished this video the night before. So, yeah, I was cutting it close to the end of October, but it is better than last year's performance because last year, my Inktober drawings bled into the next month. So, at least these ones were all compressed into October, and I made it. I made it happen. So either way, I'm really excited to jump into this, and I'm first going to tell you guys a little bit about the characters. So we previously already passed over for Thunder. This one was a little tough. I couldn't figure out what to do for Thunder because I didn't just want like a thunderstorm outside or anything, so I made him like a bounty hunter named Thunder, and he has like a thunder lightning tattoo on his shoulder. I thought that was kind of cute and clever, and I liked it. And then this one, Gift, this female knight is giving her affections to her crush and trying to give like a very nice little bouquet of flowers as a gift. Sadly, it looks like she's gonna get rejected, but either way, it's a thought that counts, I guess. But that one was gonna be for Gift. And then next up we have Double, which at first I wanted to do double swords over the fireplace, but I decided against that. And also, I'll be real, I forgot to add them in when I sketched in the things in the fireplace, and I don't think that was a really fun and original idea. So a friend of mine actually suggested, why not have a guy double fisting some beers? And I'm like, that's brilliant. Like, why didn't I think of that? So here is our very happy traveler with his double beers after his long travels. And then next up we have Jolt, which is another female mage. She's a little flustered and taken aback by the gift she was receiving. I'm gonna say she's kind of a tsundere. She's like, doesn't really want to show her affections or any type of crush or anything. So she sends a jolt of lightning to catch those flowers on fire. And I know that I missed drawing in the jolt, but I add it later. So don't worry, don't panic. It's not a cup, like an orc cup again. It will be added. And then next up we have Slice. This one, I had a lot of fun doing a kind of a juxtaposition. So it's a troll who kind of looks like he's in raggedy clothes and kind of like unsophisticated looking, but I was like, what if I made him cutting a steak like very delicately and being super sophisticated? Because I could imagine this guy probably lives under a bridge, let's assume, like he's other trolls, and steals money from people, and he probably doesn't eat well all week, but he always treats himself every week to a really nice steak dinner. So he takes his time, he uses his fork and knife, and he really enjoys that dinner. And I thought that was just kind of a little fun thing to add in to give a new kind of character and light to trolls in general, since they're much more seen as much more like barbaric and such. So I think this guy would be a really fun character to add into a game at some point, maybe some D&D game of this raggedy but sophisticated troll. So now with the character line arts out of the way, it's time to do a cleanup before I jump in with my markers. And you guys might notice while I'm coloring, and I do talk about it towards the end card, my markers are being sucked dry by this paper, and I haven't been able to afford refills as of recently or afford to go buy new markers. We've been penny pinching just a little bit for an upcoming purchase, so I was like, all right, I gotta bite the bullet. So the markers are as they are, and I know I'm gonna miss some shading and a couple other things, but I'm planning on adding more in when I do the digital coloring. And if I sell black and white versions of this, I will add more additional shading digitally, or I could go back in later on before I get into that and, find a refill. I have a friend who has a very large Copic collection, and she just recently told me she could lend me a refill. So it might be able to be fixed like sooner than I was thinking, which is good, but it wasn't in time for our final video today. But either way, just FYI, I am planning on addressing that because I do some shading that looks very, very light, or there's not a lot of ink, and that's exactly why. But man, my other grays are doing okay, surprisingly, but I have a feeling all of these markers are gonna need some serious, like love or something after this. Either get a new one because they were just completely tap dry, or get some refills and hope they work. But either way, I need to refill these guys. Poor things worked so hard on this. So we're getting close to wrapping up the characters, and it was really nice to see this piece come together slowly as I finished coloring all the characters. But I will be jumping in momentarily to doing all the background stuff. Any extra tidbits or line work or anything that I wanted to add to the background to add more depth or anything, that's what I'm jumping into next. So I think, well, we're about to jump in the background, so I'll give it a second, but I think I need to practice a little bit more on perspective for sure. I saw a lot of room for growth with this piece. I found where my weaknesses were and what I need to work on. So I hope I can do it in the near future, or at least do like mini studies and figure out how to do perspective right. Because like I don't know, maybe I was just too lazy with this piece or just felt a little overwhelmed with it, but I know I could have done better on the perspective. I think it still looks pretty okay, and yes, there's going to be imperfections just because it's a traditional piece, but like, you know, it is what it is. But either way, I do see that I need to work on it and improve, and I'm planning on trying new things, probably taking some online courses and experimenting with how I can improve my perspective. Where it becomes really apparent is when I start putting in the floorboards. I remember when I was in art class, they taught us a trick on how to do like checkered floors, in terms of figuring out how the perspective works. But the problem with the trick that I learned about that was you need to have a vanishing point. And this one I did not make a vanishing point for. I just kind of eyeballed everything, and I know that was a mistake. So without the vanishing point, I couldn't really implement the trick on how to get the floorboards to come forward in perspective, so I just kind of eyeballed it. So I think they do look pretty okay, but I think it could be improved. So maybe I'll address that digitally later on, or I'll just, you know, improve my next piece and really work on it. Or it's just, I don't know. I feel like when I do perspective digitally, it works a lot better, maybe because I can just like warp and fix it quickly instead of like, you know, once you put ink down, it's there. So maybe that's where my falling out is just I choke up because it's a traditional piece, and when I find one mess up, it's hard to correct it. I don't know. I'll have to experiment with it, but either way, I need to improve it before I start my comic series, Fox Among Hounds, because I think I just need a brush up. I just need to re-practice it and get back into it, because it's been a lot of figures and animals recently, so maybe I should do some building studies. Let me know. I'll put a poll right here. Would you guys want to see some cool buildings, or any, like, maybe I could make streets of characters from D&D and do bigger pieces like this? They'll take longer, but let me know if you're interested in that type of thing. I think that'd be kind of cool to make like a full background piece. Or it could be stuff for Fox Among Hounds, which is the series I'm creating. I could do settings and locations. So let me know if you guys think that sounds interesting. Would you like to see some behind the scenes of Fox Among Hounds and maybe some concepting for streets and cities? Let me know. But either way, here we are. We are at the end of our Inktober drawing. I can't believe we're already done, and it's crazy. So let me hand you over to end card, Katelyn, to wrap up this piece. Alright guys, we are officially done with Inktober 2018, and I have to say, This was a lot of fun and a crap ton of work. I actually don't know exactly how many hours I put into this. I'll probably calculate it. I'll put it on the screen here, but it took a very long time, and for sure I needed the full month to finish all of this up, and I'm pretty happy with it. Sadly, I think I'm gonna mention it in the voiceover, but my markers died. Like, my poor N2 Copic is completely dry. I don't have money right now to buy refills, so for now this is how it's gonna be. But from your guys' poll in one of the episodes, I will be doing a full color version of this for you guys for prints, and I'll be making a video of it. So be expecting that here coming up in November. I'm really excited to jump in and get this colored to show you guys the full array of characters and their colorful personalities. It's gonna be really fun. But either way, this is all done. I can't believe Inktober is already to an end, and we're at the end of October, and before you know it, it's gonna be December. Like, this year flew by. So again, thank you guys for sticking through this. I really hope you enjoyed Inktober, and I'm excited to show you guys the full colored version. So either way, thank you guys again so much for stopping by and checking out this video, and I hope you had fun, and I will see you guys on Friday for the newest 100 Dragons Challenge episode. So I'll see you then. Bye, everybody.